Hey folks, welcome back to HUBR Beer Review. Tonight, we're going to go visit one of my favorite breweries. It's La Cumbre, and we're going to have their Sunfade out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Stick around.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the only show on all of the internet where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell if you have not done so before. We would appreciate that. I've got Jay, I've got Andy in the attic, I am Ben. What are we drinking today?
We're going to have the Sunfade from La Cumbre. It's out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, one of my favorite breweries to visit when I'm there. It's an old school brewery kind of in the industrial district. So let's crack this and get drinking.
So, Jay, did you bring this back on a trip, or how did we get this one?
So that's a great question, Benjamin. I would like to give a shout out to one of my good former coworkers, Edward. He brought this for us to have.
Awesome.
So
thank you.
Well, thank you, Edward.
Definitely it has been pressurized, but mine opened no problem. So
I'm very hesitant because when I was pulling this out of the beer fridge, I dropped it on the ground. So
well,
yeah, can't blame anybody else on this one.
Oh my goodness!
I blame our mutual friend Jose. I was on the phone with.
We're just waiting on you, Andy. Like always.
It did it. I knew it would. All right. To calm.
Do we need to take a technical TV timeout?
I think it got its anger out. There we go. Good. Jay, have you had this one?
I don't know if I've had Sunfade or not. I've had a lot from La Cumbre over the years. They're a very good brewery. I'm excited either way for this one.
Wow, get a nose of that.
No, isn't it nice?
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
The smell is definitely danker than the taste.
Yeah.
Or the aroma.
I would agree with that statement.
I was expecting to be quite offended.
Yeah, it's more mellow than the aroma. It's almost a little. I wouldn't go as far as to say completely creamy, but
hey, let's make a new IPA style, creamy IPA.
There you go.
That definitely
here first, kids.
Yeah. There are some that I have that are creamy, and I use that term.
We hashtag creamy IPA. Can we put that on a t-shirt?
Ooh, great flocculence. Look at that just dropped in.
A haze? Well.
Look, can you see it on the top of my can? It's even hanging out.
Oh my gosh. You filthy animal.
That's a good haze.
So Sunfade, we've mentioned it, Hazy IPA, 6.5%, 40 IBUs. It's a seasonal. And actually, it wasn't even on their website, their current web, page. So this was purchased in June.
Yeah, June, July, probably May, June would be my guess. I think that's the time we had.
On the Untapped, I believe it was Untapped, they describe it as having irresponsible levels of dry hopping.
Right.
So
Has some cool
understandable.
can art too that
Yeah.
Ben's kind of captured there. If you look, it kind of has that New Mexico or Albuquerque twist to it.
It is, that Santa Fe style.
Yeah, I wanted to get that
Faucet.
graphic because it does show kind of the whole can
Yeah.
art.
It's so
there.
far away.
It is.
So La Cumbre Brewing Company out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, will opened in 2010. It's a regional brewery. La Cumbre is Spanish, means pinnacle, peak, summit. So for those in the know, Albuquerque is in a mountainous region.
Mhm.
So
The Sandias.
bless you.
So it's about 6,000 feet above sea level. Just the city itself.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Every sip, I'm getting different flavors or just different appeals out of it. Like that last one, it was like a mild spice to it, but I don't know if it was spice or just some
Big old chunk of
hops.
flocculence.
Yeah. I haven't finished the rest of it from the can, but you know what? Let's stir up some stuff. Let's add it to it.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Oh, go.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You can see it.
Oh my
Minus hidden
gosh.
word.
Look at that. I'm gonna be chewing the end of this.
All right, what else we know?
Like just in general about the beer, I could go on. I don't think our free Zoom sessions have enough time for me to just ramble, seeing that I was late to it again.
Any more about La Cumbre you want to share?
Nothing. I was wanting more, but they provided less.
They didn't provide much. It's a neat place. They have kind of more of the Western type theme. It's hardwoods and wood tables, wood bar. It's a cool place. I really like it. Like I said, it's more of an industrial area. They usually have a food truck. They've got a nice little patio. Really good beer. So every time I've been there, I've been very pleased with their seasonal selections, and their year rounds are really good too.
All right. So we have established that nobody here has had this beer yet. At least you don't think so, Jay?
I have not had this one.
Okay. Well, I'm interested to hear what you think about it. So how about you go first for us?
Sure, I'll be happy to. I really like it. I think it's a good beer. I would have loved to have had this on draft if I'd been out there, because I think that would even add a little more to it. I don't know if it'd make it more dank or not, but I do think it's a little, like I mentioned earlier, creamy is probably not the right term for this one, but it's not as harsh as some of the others. It's hazy and it has the bitter, but it's mellowed somehow. So I really like it. I'm gonna give it an 8.
All right. Andy, what you think?
Yeah. You know, if it's not creamy, should we call it thick? I mean,
There you go.
it's thick, like with
Milkshake
CC.
IPA?
Yeah,
It kind of looks like a little orange juice in some ways.
Yeah. This is
Pulp.
kind of,
Yeah.
I was about to
With
say
pulp.
this beer's got an ass on it, it's just um they do a great job of the dry hopping, because there is not a lot of bitter, a lot of aroma, hardly any bitter, and which I don't mind the bitter, but I prefer a hop aroma over a hop bitter And the hazy provides that. I guess that's one of the reasons I like the hazies. But it's good. It's get a little citrus. I don't know what that spice is. It could be from a certain, you know, type of hop, but I wish they would have been more descriptive on what they put in it. But Jay, I'm right there with you. 8.0. This is easy drinker. I'm sure being a seasonal and the locals or the people in the distribution range really buy this up because it's
Yeah.
good. It's good beer.
It's one of the popular ones. I mean, even for a seasonal, I think it had close to 6,000 inputs on Untap.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the guys out there that I keep in touch with, it's one that they look for and grab when they can.
All right. Well, first off, I'm going to say cheers to Edward again for grabbing this for us. Definitely appreciate that. The thing that the three of us have all really enjoyed over the time of doing this show, and even before then, is just trying different beer. It's just, for us, it's all about trying something new. So I say all that to say I don't like this one. this one is not for me.
Really?
Hazy IPA.
I think it's okay, but it goes into the category for me. If you hand it to me, I'll drink it, but I don't have to have it again. I'd be okay if I didn't. And again, we preface this all the time. I'm not the IPA guy, right? And so
Ben,
IPAs are going to be,
I'm IPA tolerant guy now.
So so that's going to be the last thing I reach for anyway. But for me, this one just isn't my taste. There's just something about it. I don't know if there is no bitter to it, so I can't really blame it on the bitter. I like it most of the time when I don't like an IPA. There's just something about the flavor for me that just it's just not.
Could it be that is what you don't like?
It's not the flagellants because I don't really have any. I mean, mine's just not
Wait, did
there.
you swirl the can? And
I did. Yeah, I did at the end. Yeah. So anyway, I think that I go back to my favorite term. It's just a little twang here that just is not for me.
Rube.
And so for me, this one's going to be a 6. I think, again, you hand it to me, I'm going to drink it. I'm not going to shy away from it, but I'm not going to seek it out. I'm okay if this one goes into my Untapped as recorded and I don't have it. I don't ever record it again. I would be okay with that, me personally.
I mean, we just had an IPA that you gave a 7.5.
Right.
And
Ben,
which was far superior to this, and you give this a 6.
Again, I mean, it continues that theory of if you guys like it, I may not, and if I like it, you guys probably rate it a little lower.
That's not necessarily true. There's one or two.
It's not always
IPAs
true.
that we've had up there. I mean, you think
not,
back through some of them.
It's not 100%, but I think in a lot of situations where you don't like the IPA, Jay, I typically do. I think that holds fairly true. I think there are IPAs that we all three really like. So the 90-minute is one that just off the top of my head from Dogfish.
I mean, I was going to say that's on our wall of fame. So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on you, Ben.
Yeah, let's keep working. It's been a year and a half plus now, so we'll keep going though. Keep going. That is going to be a 7.3 for the Sunfade from La Cumbre out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hey, I'm rewatching Breaking Bad, so I'm right now very familiar with Albuquerque. Definitely another great show that Andy has yet to watch. Hey, this is a beer that I think if you like IPAs, as the two other gentlemen on this show other than me do, I think it's one you should definitely check out. Let us know what you think if you've had it, and go from there. I think that for me, it's as I've stated, if you don't like IPAs, maybe you want to pass on it. But if you've had it and you just let us know what you think. That'd be great. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. Check us out on all the social medias down below. Also, be sure to hop on into our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server and chat with the three of us as well as the others who have joined us. If you have any interest in any Hopped Up Beer Review merch, like this shirt or the stuff Jay's about to hold up.
No, not tonight. Sorry, Ben, you ruined it.
Or this glass, perhaps?
Yeah, there you go.
You can grab that on the link below.
You could have held something up, Jay. What are you?
Yeah, he's there you go. So yeah,
Show
check
us
all
the
that
back.
out. Yeah, in the
Show us
description.
the back of the koozie.
Those koozies actually come white as his t-shirt. It's just
Cheers,
he's
mates.
been very very used. So we need to get you a new one, Jay. Link is
Thanks,
link is
Edward.
down below in the
Yeah,
description.
buy it.
On that koozie. Definitely do want to say thank you to Edward for supplying this beer. Definitely really appreciate you providing it for us. With that, for Andy in the attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.